So today let's discuss the position of the sun in the first house. This, in my experience, I would say is not a very good position, because what happens is this gives a very bad temper. Natives who have this position are basically not flexible. People around them feel that the natives are arrogant, they're very angry, and it's very difficult to get any work done from them, especially if they are working in a corporate kind of a setting. If it is being malefically aspected, then there might be a lot of challenges with authorities and government also. If the sun is aspected by benefits, and if there are certain combinations which are really favorable to them, then there is a lot of chance that they may enter into active politics, and it creates a lot of visibility for them, and they might rise to power and prestige. Irrespective of whatever little work they actually do or whatever duties they are assigned to, sun has the possibility of giving them a very good success in politics. You might also find these people, even though they are not in active politics, some of them or most of them, but they will obviously be in very close contact with the higher officials, with governments, with politicians. They might be located where the headquarters of a particular country is. Now it's important to understand what Rashi the sun is in and what nakshatra is it in. But however, let's assume if it is in a sign like Leo, now then we can find, or we can say with certainty, that these individuals have a very bad name and they are known for their insubordination. The same I have also found with people having sun in the sign of Virgo or Pisces or an Aries in the first house. Again, if it is malefically aspected, then there might be challenges with the eyesight. Even as a child, they might be wearing specs. But overall, sun tries to protect the health, so it doesn't give any adverse effect from this position of the first house. They are more successful when they are self-employed or when they are in a private sector and in a position where they can take or execute things by themselves without getting orders from their supervisors. This is much different from someone having a Saturn in a first house who will be ready to take orders and follow the rules and regulations and abide by a particular legislature. When you are with these people, you will find that these people are very outwardly, they are very ambitious, but in reality what I've seen is most of them are very reserved and they try to avoid big risks. There are some challenges with regards to the progeny that has been seen with regards to the sun in the first house, but again it depends on the positions, aspects, conjunctions, which has to be studied in detail. So there are different conjunctions which are possible in the first house. Let's assume that sun and moon are conjunct in the first house. Now this has to be studied in detail as to what degree the moon is in and sun is in, whether the moon is ahead of the sun, and in what rashis, whether it's a watery sign, earth, or a fiery sign. But let's assume that if it's in a watery sign, something like Cancer, Capricorn, Aquarius or Pisces, then it's seen that the native would often want to settle in a foreign country, and if that is somehow not possible, then always you'll find them far away from their hometown or own place of state or residence. If the degree of the moon is much ahead of the sun, then they are very good in reading the mind of the person who is sitting ahead of them. This also indicates that they have an unwavering mind. They take a decision and they stand by it. Now let's take another combination in the first house. Let's say sun is conjunct with Mars in the first house. Now as we know, Mars is a natural malefic, is very violent. So these natives, we can say, they are very much prone to get irritated. They get angry very easily, even in small discussions with the native and the spouse. It may lead to a very big fight in their marriage. They are basically not very diplomatic in handling relationship and people. The problem is it depends on the nakshatra of the Mars, but most often it can be seen that these people engage in bad mouthing, speaking bad of someone else in their absence. This is one of the negative qualities of Mars that comes with the Sun. Like we saw in the earlier conjunction with the moon, that if the moon is much ahead in terms of degrees from the sun, they are unwavering and they are firm in their decision. But as far as Mars is concerned, we can find them very much fickle minded. We can find them engaging in doing wrong deeds. Again, health wise, you can find them having problems with eyesight, migraine issues, blood pressure problems. If it's a woman, then of course menstrual issues. And yes, because Mars is a warrior, so they are very bold and they are not afraid of taking up any challenge. Again, these are all generic characteristics of different combinations with Sun, and if you're interested in knowing specific predictions about your natal chart, please do email me in the link provided in the description. It's a free consultation that's been provided as a social service. I will be very soon also uploading videos of other conjunctions, and please do